here we are. This is what I've found the most profound reset for the neck. So often, with maybe inflammation and arthritis creating some noise in the nervous system, combined with stress, combined with increased drive of the fight or flight half of the autonomic nervous system, maybe combined with either doing too much or too little, the brain loses touch of the neck, well, the body, but in this case we're talking about the neck, and needs to get reprogrammed. And this particular exercise, this activity, which was developed by Moshe Feldenkrais, Israeli biochemist who found his way back to health after a horrible, I believe it was a car accident. I could be wrong. I'm not a Feldenkrais practitioner. But this was shown to me long, long ago. And for me, it's my go-to exercise for restoring kind of a reset of neck function. So, there's so many different factors and variables that are messing with the health of the neck. The principle here is if we movement is life, right? That's the basic principle. And we're going to reprogram the brain-neck conversation, reprogram the way with which the brain organizes the joints, the muscles, and the segments of the neck, and calm down the sympathetic nervous system and soften muscle spasm by very slowly doing this agonizingly slow micro movement series through our available range of motion. The neck will naturally move in some directions better than others. And we're not going to push it. We're not going to hold at the end range of the motion. We are going to move the neck into what is available, very slowly, coordinated with our breath. We're going to move back to center. We're going to move to the other side. So the basic driving force behind this is going to be maybe a 6 count or an 8 count, depending upon your lung capacity and your ability to move, and it's a steady, circular, tidal breath, which in itself is very calming and reorganizing to the autonomic nervous system. And we're to couple our cervical motion with the breath. So if I want to move the neck slowly, I breathe in and out slowly. I exhale away from center, and I inhale back to center. That was way too fast. And then I exhale away from center the other way. And I inhale back from center this way, also way too fast. Now, this isn't done sitting because we want to relax your postural muscles, your anti-gravity muscles, which also need to get reset. So it's meant to be done on the back. But for some of us whose necks are in spasm, lying on the back is scary and it might provoke dizziness. So I'm recommending propping yourself up with pillows to where you're sort of lying back at least, with your head relaxed. So I'm going to lie back myself. So I'm maybe at a 30-degree angle. My arms are out, my palms are up. And it's kind of a modification of the yoga pose, Savasana, the corpse pose. But anyway, so I'm propped up, so I'm not in that scary place. And so I'm going to take a big inhale, kind of a cleansing. I'll do like an 8 count. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here we go. And then I'm going to exhale the same 8 count without a pause while I'm pausing to talk, while I rotate my head to the right. Pure rotation, no side bending. I go as far as I go without pain and without resistance. Then I inhale right away back, the same tempo. And I exhale to the left. And I notice I can't go as far to the left at all. That I don't let that worry me. I inhale back up to the middle. Exhale to the right. And I'm just going to keep doing that for a while, so bear with me. And I already know that I'm going further to the left than I was before. I don't press it. And there's the tendency to want to make this go fast. And I implore you to actually make it go slower. If you can go 10 counts, it's even better than 8. And you continue to do this for a period of about 5 minutes or even 10 minutes. Give yourself the time. It becomes kind of a breathing meditation. And it's a kind of yoga in that you're moving with breath. There's a male or, yin and yang, we're going toward the middle, we're exhaling out. So there's this dance, a tidal dance with breath and energy. But the point is to keep doing it while you're basically pushing the reset button between the brain and each of those little tiny muscles and each of the tiny little groups of muscles that control the way the neck sits and the way the neck moves. And as you're moving, this is going all the way from your neck. I mean, 85% of the rotation is happening at C2, up at the top there. But all this other stuff moves with that, and you're even reprogramming it as far down as into the rib cage, where the neck muscles attach into the upper ribs. So you're really having a profound effect. I inhale, I exhale. And so on. Now I could take all these pillows away. To where I am lying flat. For those of you who are able to do that, arms out, maybe about 45 degrees, palms up. And now inhale. And as I do this, I'm experiencing a series of, I can feel pulls, I can feel clunks through my neck, down into my rib cage, even my upper T-spine as things ease. The longer you can do this, the slower you can do it, the better. And afterwards, in whatever position, whether it's propped up or flat, after you feel like you've done it enough, again, you haven't pushed the neck, you haven't made it hurt, you haven't created strain, you're moving within the limits of the what your neck allows you to do. After you're done, close your eyes, or you just lie here, feet slightly open, turned out, palms up, arms out to the sides, and you're just hanging out. Just close your eyes. And this is in yoga classes, they would say this is the most important part of the class. It's the real reset. When you stop all the motion and you allow your internal motion to come to balance with stillness and really allow the body to relax and reset. And then when you're done, maybe lie there like for another 5 minutes after that. Then when you're done, roll onto your side and push yourself up to seated. I'm doing this in a bed. You could do this on the floor. You can do this on a yoga mat. It doesn't really matter. Bed's fine. All right, so this is the Feldenkrais neck exercise. Let me, give it a try. Initially, as you ask stuff to move that hasn't been moving and has been frozen, it might make things a bit sore for a day or two. Like a healing intervention, asking the neck to change might make stuff a little pissed off for a couple of days. But remember, we haven't forced any range. We've only moved within the what is, and we're beginning to introduce, the neck needs to rotate, has to rotate. And unless there's a fracture, unless there's a tumor, unless there's a blood clot or something in there, which is unlikely, more than likely some spasm and some arthritis, this is fine. And don't be discouraged if when you first do it, you don't have a lot of range. Just keep moving within the what is of what your neck and your brain are allowing you to do to move, and be patient with it. Do micro movements and notice as the brain starts to let go of its mistaken impression of the neck and the way it's holding it, it's going to start releasing the spasm and organizing the neck differently. I can almost guarantee it. I can pretty much guarantee it. It's never not worked for me. I have arthritis in my neck. I've got a couple of traumas in my head and neck over the years, but I when I lock up with stress and either too much activity, the wrong activity, or inactivity, these days stress and the pandemic don't help, as they are for everybody. But this is my go-to reset, and it's never failed me or the patients to whom I've or with whom I've shared this. Okay, let me know. Y'all have my email address. M like Mary, OKW, I, N like Nancy, T like Tango, S like Sierra, A like Apple, N like Nancy, A. So it's MOKWINTSANA at maryapplecharlie.com, mac.com. Let me know how you are. Okay. Hope this helps.